Dear students, welcome in Jaipur National University. I am Professor Shreya Bhargav. I am Assistant Director in School of Business and Management, Jaipur National University. School of Business and Management is providing different courses at undergraduate level, postgraduate level and doctorate level. I am teaching a subject of organization behavior and design for MBA first year students. So now, why we need to study organization behavior and design? Basically, as you opt management degree, you are going to become a manager and going to serve managerial position in any organization. So when you are going to become a manager, you need to somehow deal with people who are considered as human resource. They are productive resources of a company. So people are also considered as living assets of any organization. So now as a manager, you need to deal with these people. You need to regularly monitor them, direct them, supervise them, control them, and basically motivate them so that they can move in a direction for the attainment of organization goals. And that's why organization behavior and design is core subject for MBA dual specialization students, MBA hospital and healthcare students, and MBA program. So now we will start a brief introduction of organization behavior. So let's start with organization behavior. So before moving to organization behavior, we need to understand what do you mean by organization. Organization means number of, or you can say group of peoples who communicate and regularly maintain the relations with each other, and they are willing to contribute for attainment of organization objectives. Now, when we talk about organization itself is not anything which is in existence. Basically, organization become with the groups and group becomes with the people. Like as we can see in the diagram, the basic and the more important unit is individual. Now, this individual is having its own personality, its own way of thinking. Individual comes together and they make a group when they are having a common objectives. And when these groups comes together for the attainment of a common objectives, then it becomes organization. As we can see in the definition, organization means number of persons who are regularly communicating and maintaining relationship with each other to achieve the common objective of organizations. So now we will see different examples of organization. Organization is not only having the objective to earn the profit. This objective can be to attain a particular educational degree, to earn the profit, to serve the society for the betterment, or for the recreation purpose, like your friends group, mama kitty parties, or same as we can take the example of McD, Pizza Hut, Barista, CCD, Burger King, which are running to earn the profit. Let's move to the next slide where we will talk about the characteristics of organization. Now, see, these are certain characteristics and features of organization. The first and utmost is purposive creation. When we are going to create any organization, we are having certain reason behind it. Why I am going to create that particular organization? What is the reason behind it? And the people who join the organization, they are giving their consent to work to achieve that particular objective. Now, second is identifiable aggregation of human beings. They are the people who are working in the organization, and we can easily differentiate these people from the people of some other organization. They are identifiable not because of their personality. They are identifiable because they belong to a particular organization and their common objective is same. And they are doing the activities simultaneously to attain that particular organization objectives. Now next, deliberate and conscious creation. Here you can see next point, that is deliberate and conscious creation. When we are going to make the organization, this organization is not made by choice. This organization is made by selection of the people. The people who join the organization, they are having certain specialization. They are having certain expertise knowledge. That's why we choose the people, that these people work for my organization. Now again, if the people are not able to fulfill the promise of the organization, or they are creating obstacles to attain the organization objective, the organization people is having the power to reject those people and hire the other people who can contribute for the organization achievement of objectives. Now next is coordination of activities. There are so many human resources who are working for the organization. They are having certain job designation, but with their job designation, they are supposed to perform certain duties and certain responsibilities. So, whether the people are coordinated with each other or not, what is important, that is the coordination of activities. If their activities are properly coordinated, they are able to contribute for achievement of organization goals. Now next is structure. In organization, if all the people are working at the same level, it's become very complicated to control them. Who will direct them? Who will motivate them? Who will evaluate them whether they are working in a right direction or not? So that's why we require a certain structure, or you can say organization hierarchy, where the top level is considered as power center or the control group. They will regularly observe the low level people and middle class manager, how they are working, whether they are moving in the right direction or not, regularly checking their progress, so that if they are not in a right way or divert from certain points, we are able to ask them, direct them to work in a right direction. Now next point in your organization characteristic is rationality. When the people are working, till now we have studied that there should be a coordination of activities for the attainment of objective. We have studied there is a center of control who will regularly observe and monitor the people. Now, to make the people work in a synchronized manner, we need to see whether these people are working in a right pattern or not. And that's why we are having certain norms, rules and regulations, which the people need to follow. If any person resists, that he is not interested or not ready to follow that rules and regulation, we need to look after this issue and make them understand why these norms are important for them. Because if someone will not follow these norms, we are not able to move in a right direction for the attainment of organization objectives. Okay. So now next we will discuss about why organization exists and what is the rationale behind joining any organization. And that first is increase specialization and division of labor. If I will work individually to achieve certain objective, obviously I am having certain limitations with me, because no one can be considered master in each field. So we need to create any organization. When the person will join the organization, the person will interact with so many peoples, and everyone is having certain specialized area. As we are having specialization area, according to that, the management will see the expertise of everyone, and according to their expertise, we will assign them the different tasks. So in that way, what happened? One thing, the person will get his interest area task. And second thing, it helps the organization to achieve the objective with specialized knowledge. Second point, that is your huge large scale technology. In organization, there are so many people. So we are able to use technological machineries as well as we are able to install large scale plant. As accountancy says, up to some extent, when the production increase, per unit of cost decrease. And that per unit deduction in the cost help to company earn more profit as well as give the benefit to the customers, because number of people will increase. If we work in an organization, we are able to use large scale production plant, the production capacity will increase, the cost per unit decrease, and that cost per unit will help to reduce the price in the market. Now next is manage the external environment. In the organization, we are working with so many people, but as well as there is an impact of external surrounding on the organization, like natural environment, technological environment, legal environment, social environment, or political environment. A single person cannot be expert in each area. So we will join the organization, and in organization we are having the different specialist, and we can take the help of that expert's knowledge to take the right decision, which is not possible when I will do business individually by my own and single efforts. Now next is economies of transaction cost. If I will run my business individually, I have to interact with so many people. I need to take their favor, that do this work for me, I want your this help, your advice, your suggestion. But when the people are working in an organization, they join the organization for the attainment of common goal. So in that condition, I need not to ask their favor. They are ready to work with me because I am the part of organization and they are also the part of organization, and we both are working for the attainment of organization goal. In this way, my transaction cost will reduce. Now next and last is exert power and control. In organization, we are working. In that condition, if I work individually, I am not having the control on the people, how they are working. But when I am working in an organization and I am having a designation or position, I am having the control on the people to ask their favor, to do in the favor of organization, to do working for the attainment of organization objective. The reason behind is I am working with the organization and I am holding a certain designation and position to control them, to supervise them. Okay, now this is all about your organization. Now next we will talk about our main subject area, that is your organization behavior. So what is organization behavior? If we talk about organization behavior consists two words. One is your organization and second is your behavior. Organization we are already discussed. Organization means group of people working together for the attainment of common objectives. Now the next question for us is, what is behavior? In a simple language, behavior means how you will respond. But when we will talk about behavior in a proper language, behavior means our natural verbal or physical response as a consequence of impact of my surroundings. If I am feeling cold, I start shivering. I will look after certain kind of a blanket and warm cloth. In that condition, no one is going to direct me. This is my surroundings, which is influencing me, and I am responding in that direction. So when we combine organization with behavior, that become your organization behavior. So organization behavior, or you can say OB, is a study of human behavior in organization setting to improve organization effectiveness. Regarding organization behavior, Robbins given the best definition, which one is organization behavior is a field of study that investigate the individual, group and structure impact on the behavior within the organization for the purpose of using that particular knowledge for improving organization effectiveness. So basically, when we are talking about organization behavior, here we will study individual, the impact of individual behavior on the group, and the impact of group behavior on the organization productivity. So indirectly, you can say the individual is going to influence the organization productivity. That's why as a manager, I need to understand individual. And that individual is not only outer appearance, that is your physical appearance as well as your psychological process. This psychological process is influenced by your perception, your personality, your learning, motivation, and how you will handle the stress. So now when we move from individual and join any group, in group, I will be influenced by the behavior of other people with whom I am interacting. And this group will influence ultimately organization productivity. Now let's see next slide, that is your assumption of organization behavior. As accounting is having certain fundamental concept, same like that, organization behavior also assumes certain things which we need to consider when we are studying organization behavior or when we are working as a manager. And that first is individual differences. Although in organization, till now we are talking about human resource, but these are human resource. As an outer appearance, we all can say they are the living elements, but these living elements are having brains. They are having different personality. They are having different gender. Their educational background varies. Their upbringing varies. So their way of responding towards the external surrounding is also vary from person to person. Or as a manager, I need to understand how to tackle these people, because my way to handle one person is good for that person, but it may be possible that way of handling is not suitable for another person because his educational background is different, or it may be possible his personality is different. Now next is whole person. In organization behavior, when we are talking about a person, we are not talking about a particular person as a package, that I hire this person and this person will work only for my organization. When he is working in the organization, he is living his professional life, but along with that, his personal life is going on. In his mind, his family, his relative, his friend circle is going on. So when we are thinking about or looking after the employee, we need to see that this person is not only contributing in the job, his mind is going and thinking about his family. And that's why today companies are providing home culture so that the person will feel comfortable to work in a organization. Because if person is not satisfied, he is not able to give his 100% for the attainment of organization objectives. Now next point is caused behavior. That means how a person is behaving, whether he is giving 100% towards the work or whether he is giving 5% towards the work, whether he is dedicated in the organization or he is having casual approach. There is a reason behind it. A manager need to understand what is the reason why the person is work alcoholic or why the person is not interested to participate in organizational activities. There is a root cause for each and everything. So it's become a responsibility of manager to not only study the behavior but to see what is the reason behind this particular behavior. Now next point is human dignity. In an organization, we are not only looking after human being as machine, as material, as money. They are living elements. They want respect. They want their dignity. So when we are dealing with the human being, we need to consider that they are working for the organization. They are putting their efforts for the organization. So in that condition, we need to look after what is going on and how to work. Now next is social system. Organization is group of people, and if this is a group of people, they are somehow connected with each other and their society will influence their behavior. So when we are studying organization behavior, we need to look after their social surroundings from where they belongs. Now next is mutuality of interest. In organization, we are not only focused on organization objective. We need to see how the organization objective will contribute to the individual objective. If the individual will see that organization is also helping to achieve the individual objective, the person will put extra effort. He will show dedication. He will think beyond the box and put his efforts, because the individual and organization goals are going simultaneously. If the organization will earn the profit, obviously the individual is getting his profit. So that's why we need to connect the individual objective and organization objective. Organization need people, but same as people also need organization. So we need to look the relation between the people and organization. Now next is holistic concept. When we accumulate organization, person and group together and look after their dignity, that will become the holistic approach, because we are taking in consideration everyone, whether it's individual, whether it's group, or whether the attainment of organization objective. Now next and the last is, for your assumption is, that is need for management. In organization, we need to see that organization behavior is just not only a subject. It is the need of today manager to understand how the people work, how I need to motivate the people, how I need to regularly monitor the people. Because if the people will work, we are able to utilize our machinery, our money, our materials. If the people will not put efforts, we are not able to achieve the objectives in a economic way. Okay, now next we will move to our basic process of organization behavior. So what is this basic process? In that, first is your understanding of people, how strong the people are and why they are that much strong or weak. What are the reason behind it? We need to interrelate different factors to understand the behavior of human beings. Now next, after understanding the human behavior, we need to predict the organization respond, that if they are this much strong, how they will respond if I will make any change. Like if I scold the kid, how the kid will respond. Same as if I will appreciate that kid in front of his friends, how that person will respond. As I am taking the example of kid, here we can also correlate the kid as employee. So by this we are able to see what will be the cause and how that cause will influence his behavior. That is your prediction. And now next is your controlling. This is the ultimate main thing. After understanding the reason, then we will predict the person behavior, and now we need to control the person behavior so that the person is able to help the organization to achieve the organization objective. So here it becomes the responsibility of manager to see how to get the desired behavior. What are the factors which influence his behavior and how you are able to influence that person behavior. Now next I will move to the next slide, that is importance or need of organization behavior. First point is it provides a roadmap to our lives in organization. We all know when we join any organization or group, we need to interact with so many people. If we have studied organization behavior, we understand how to deal with people, how to work in organization, how to interact in group. Next, it helps an individual to understand himself or herself and others better. After understanding or studying your organization behavior, you yourself equipped with knowledge that why you are responding, why you are extrovert or introvert, how you will learn the things. And after studying organization behavior, you will get knowledge about, or you will understand reason why you are responding in a particular way or why the other person is responding indifferently. Next, OB use scientific research to help us understand and predict organization life. Organization behavior is not only mathematical calculation. This is a scientific research where we will study cause and effect relation. So by study organization behavior, we are able to understand what are the factors which influence human beings and how I am able to make a better organizational life so that the people will feel satisfied in my organization and they will work in 100% efforts. Now next, OB help us to influence organizational event. After studying organization behavior, I understand why the person behave in this way, how I can influence and how I can motivate. So by studying your organization behavior, we are able to understand how to interact with your subordinates, how to talk with your colleagues, and how to deal with your superior. Now next is OB is useful for maintaining cordial industrial relation. Organization behavior is help to study why the people are behaving in a different way. So by studying organization behavior, we are able to understand that there is not only the reason of money which influence the people productivity. The reason can be their personality, their learning, because of which they are not able to put their 100% or they are able to work in a better way. So by organization behavior, we are able to understand how to maintain the relation with labor, how to maintain the relation with employer, and how to maintain or make smooth relation between labor union and organization. Now next is OB will help the manager understand the basics of motivation and what he or she should do to motivate the subordinate. By studying the organization behavior, we study the individual, we study what factor influence the individual. So it's become easy for a manager to understand what are the different tools and techniques which I can use to motivate the people. Now next is OB is also helpful in the field of marketing to study and influence consumer behavior. Again, we have studied behavior, how you are responding. So by understanding your organization behavior, you can apply the same knowledge in the field of marketing to study how you can influence the customer, how you can make them more consistent with your brand, to make them loyal towards your brand. Next and last is studying hobby is useful. If anyone want to pursue his career in management and wants to learn how to predict human behavior, if you want to become a HR manager or want to reach at managerial position, it's become very necessary for students to study organization behavior, because as you will reach to your next to next top level position, you need to control or lead a team of people. So you need to understand their behavior. You need to regularly supervise them. You need to regularly motivate them. And in that way, it helps you student to control the people. Okay, students, thank you for today. And now in next class, we will discuss about challenges of organization behavior and the different models of organization behavior. Thank you.